Did you guys see that Matt and Trey from South Park just put in a $3.1 million offer to buy the failing business Casa
Bonita?
Yeah, they just bought Casa Bonita. I don't know if Finn is
Casa
familiar or Woody. So there's this restaurant that has Mexican food. I've been to a Casa Bonita many years ago. I think it was in high school. It is a Mexican restaurant, but it has stuff like cliff divers and dancing, and they throw sopapillas at you, and it's supposed to be a huge event. And it has a really cool atmosphere. It does. I remember like the bus for the trip I was on stopped. Like, we're going to Casa Bonita. And we're like, that's awesome. It's supposed to be so cool. And the something funny that happened in there is I have a very shy friend, and unlike having like a couple people at Chevy's, if that's a national restaurant, come out and like clap for you, like happy birthday, enjoy your cake, they have like a mariachi band and then a secondary mariachi band, and so like 11 people are coming at you just like so loud. And I remember going over and telling them, like, my friend Tim, he's such a great guy. He would never tell you guys, but it's his birthday. Could you surprise him? He's actually at that table over there, the one facing us. It would be wonderful if you guys could come up from behind him and start playing. and I remember just watching it. Like,
do you think they know the scoop on this? They're not.
I don't know.
Are they buying your story?
Barely. They didn't even respond to me in English. Like, see? Okay. And then they just went back. And I remember, like, it was like watching the video of the towers fall, where I saw them come behind him, and they got into like one. And he just like turned around and then got up and like jogged to the bathroom, and it was so fucking funny. But either way, the food is reprehensible. It's borderline inedible. Inedible the food is, and they have like a guy cliff diving into a fake lagoon, but it's a cool aesthetic. And there was a South Park about it where Cartman really wants to go to Casa Bonita, and so he lies and tricks Butter into thinking there's a zombie apocalypse. Great episode. But yeah, it's a failing business because their food is so bad, and Matt and Trey bought it, and they're going to try and get it back on its feet. First step, Matt and Trey, I know they're both listeners, redo the whole menu. It's got to be better food. If even the tortillas are bad, you have to go back to ground zero and rebuild.
Yeah, it's a really good episode of South Park. It's one of the earlier ones, and it's one of my favorite ones. I think it's the first really good Butters episode, maybe. It's good. It's either Kyle. I think it's Kyle's birthday, and he's like, "Yeah, my mom's taking me to Casa Bonita," and Cartman like perks up. "Oh yes, Casa Bonita, my favorite place in the world." And he's like, "Dude, you're not invited." He's like, "What?" "Yeah, I'm taking Butters." And so Cartman has to find a way to take Butters out of the picture, so he gets that invite, and it's pretty horrific what he does to Butters. Yeah, but
the episode, like in the episode, Cartman is doing like the sopapillas, please, like with a little flag. That's a real thing. You can put a little flag up, like it's a Brazilian steakhouse. Instead of delicious meat, though, it's the driest sopapillas on earth. And usually those are pretty good. I imagine those are hard to fuck up.
If they take it over, and then they do another like Casa Bonita episode, like they're just printing money. They're printing money.
That is so, and they'll throw a South Park theme into it too, like little bits there. I'm sure they will. Sorry, Finn, what were you saying?
I was going to ask, is there like a type of, because we're in, at least where I'm at, there's not a ton of different cultures of food. There's like, where I'm at, it's like Indian and pizza. That's all you can really find, or like McDonald's and stuff. Is there like a type of restaurant, like a whole class of food that is like considered not great? Like
in the U.S.?
Yeah.
Oh, I hate Jamaican food.
Yeah.
That's really specific. I like jerk chicken.
No, I don't like any of it. I hate Jamaican food.
That
oxtail and
Thai
shit.
restaurant I love so much that had the human trafficking make the food and stuff. Yeah, they were fantastic.
The food wasn't good. I just really liked the process.
I just liked knowing that there were slaves serving.
Yeah. And they got replaced with a Jamaican restaurant. I was like, all right, I'll give it a try. Who serves food with broken chicken bones in it?
Right?
Yeah.
That is fair.
That's their jam.
No, that is one. I was on my honeymoon. I was on a honeymoon with my wife, and I'm like eating the jerk chicken, and I multiple times have to pull like a shattered piece of bone out of my mouth.
They don't. It's not like they poorly deboned it. In my case, it was just breaking the bones and putting like little landmines in your food. I
think they just take like the boned chicken and smash it with a big mallet. and season it up for you real nice. No,
Okay, fair enough.
food is
Jamaican food's
absolute
not
worst.
good.
But America's like the fucking melting pot of the world. So like even in my little area, like I'm south of Atlanta, I have every conceivable like kind of food. Like there's like 2 really nice Indian restaurants, 3 really nice Thai restaurants, like everything. I know that doesn't encompass everything, but like everything I can think of. It's off the top of my head. Like there's like a really nice English pub that there's a French market and tavern. There's just about anything you can imagine.
And it depends what city you're in, because like obviously like when people immigrated here, they like settled in different places. So like St. Louis, where I am, like there's a huge like alcove carved out of the city where it's a bunch of Italians and Italian immigrants and their descendants called the Hill. And they still like you drive around the hill and it's nothing but Italian restaurants and like little Italian flags everywhere. And somehow these fuckers like still have an accent. It's like you've been here for years. Like, do you never leave the hill? So Italian's good here. Asian is everywhere. You can
Asians
get good
everywhere.
Asian
Mexicans
food
everywhere. Mexican is gigantic in like
yeah,
everywhere. I've never been anywhere where there wasn't a ton of Mexicans.
there's
But
probably more
especially
Mexicans where you are than where I am. So you probably have better Mexican food there.
the best Mexican I've ever had was in like the Southwest though, because I think the closer you get to home base, like the better the stuff is. Like I ate at this Mexican place once in maybe New Mexico, which makes sense. It was incredible. Actually, no, I take it back. Better than that was LA. LA is the best Mexican food I've ever had. It was like I tipped them. First of all, it was incredibly cheap. Like I was about to do an epic mealtime thing when we did the Star Wars episode, but nobody was there yet, and I had been dropped off by my driver. And so I just walking away from the studio house or whatever we're filming at, looking for food, and I walk into this random Mexican restaurant. The entire meal was like $8, and I think I tipped them at least $20. I think it was that maybe good. More. It was so. I after I ate, I was just like, whoever cooked this, tell them this is the greatest Mexican food I've ever had. It was like that scene from you ever see that Johnny Depp movie where they're down in Mexico? It's the sequel to the mariachi movie where like Johnny Depp says he has that same roasted pork dish at every Mexican restaurant he goes to, and he's telling Antonio Banderas, he's like, and this is the best I've ever had. In fact, it's so good that after I'm finished with my meal, I'm going to pay the check. I'm going to walk in the back, and I'm going to murder the chef who cooked it because the universe needs to be balanced out. This is too good. And he does it. He pays
Once Upon a Time in Mexico.
Yeah. He literally gets up, walks to the back, and murders the fucking chef and walks out the back door.
What a piece of shit. I've never seen that movie, but I don't like that. He just deprived the whole, he had
to balance the universe
of delicious.
This
Mexican
was too
food.
good.
You know what else is good? That like there's not as at least around me there aren't as many. There's like a bunch of sushi places around me, a bunch of Korean barbecue, Chinese restaurants.
Yeah.
But those like pho, like Vietnamese, I hadn't even tried that until a couple of years ago because I was like, pho, isn't that just like soup? Soup's not a meal. And then you go there and eat it, and it's like they're carving off the entire belly of a pig and putting it into a bowl for you. It's
the
tremendous.
bowl is so big you can fit not just a human head in it, like Taylor's.
It's outrageous. Yeah, you could fit 2 human heads or half of mine.
No, it is a super big bowl. It's a ton of food. It's a ton to drink, which I walk out of there sloshing. And
yeah.
Yeah, you typically I guess the pho is the stuff they put on the side. That's what pho actually is. It's spelled PHO, by the way. And it's
I called it pho for a long time.
You would, right? Spelled PHO.
I didn't know pho was the stuff to the side. I thought that was the whole meal.
I could be wrong. I've been told that. I'm not positive. But yeah, it's a ton of food. And if you pair it with, they call it bubble tea. It's not muddy water like tea. No. This is a milkshake with giant like pudding balls in it, and it's fantastic. And they give you a straw that's so big you could suck a dick through it. It's fantastic.
I mean, it literally is just the sugariest water on earth with tapioca balls at the bottom.
Mine's more like a sugary smoothie with tapioca balls. It is not good for you at all. I haven't had it in a few years.
I only tried it once at like a bubble tea stand at the mall when I was maybe 16, and I didn't like it. It was way too sweet. But that could be because I went to a bullshit mall.
We're both in the minority on that one, where I think it's the texture of bubble tea. Like, it's a really weird thing to be drinking a drink and then suddenly, like 10 balls.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So weird.
I was using the straw, so I was anticipating liquid.
But every so often you get
We are going to slowly murder every American via asphyxiation, and then we will move in and avenge the Vietnam War that we won.
They're too large. They're not like BB sized either. They're like enough that you could. It would if you one went straight down, you'd have like a bit of.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
yeah.
smaller
It's
than
like-
a ping pong ball. What is it the size
It's
of?
like
I don't know.
it's like maybe 50-60% of a paintball, if you know how big a paintball.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because
yeah.
the straws are truly girthy.
Like a milkshake.
They're big straw.
I'm really curious to see what they serve in an English pub in America, because I can only hope it's just beans on toast. Oh my god, that'd be so
I
beautiful.
would think it'd be a burger joint, right?
Yeah, I would. Yeah, when there's
Shepherd's pie.
pubs,
There's
yeah,
always
it's
shepherd's
steak.
pie.
I
which is one
heard
of my
you
favorite
shit
things.
talk. I heard you shit talk beans on toast. It's undeserved. It's good.
beans on toast is
You put
vile.
your silly knife away, first of all, and second of all, it's vile.
I like his knife. Is it still the Benchmade you're holding?
I'm growing
Oh,
random.
he
ones
got the
now.
knife out. He was threatening me for making fun of his beans on toast.
I will.
That's what was implied. That's what was implied.
He's gonna stab you with that practice.
I'll kiss you right on the lips. You come over here with that knife.
Talking a lot of shit for someone.
Yeah, you even try it. You even try to stab him
That'll
with a knife
teach
pin,
you.
and
You're
he's gonna
talking a lot of
bend
shit.
you over. And
A lot of shit for someone that can't have a knife.
Hey, I can't after tomorrow. I picked it out.
Get
Sorry,
their
we're in the same boat.
I've never really actually no. I've been to like English places that serve like breakfast, and they do like the full English breakfast. Except that includes beans on toast, and so I've never gotten it because beans don't agree with me, and beans on toast just seems like a soggy mess.
It's good. It's really quite nice. I can vouch for beans on toast if there's they're just really unhealthy, and it just you put butter on the toast and all that, and then you put beans. You could have it on the side, but that's not the traditional way. You really want the soggy mess of the
I mean, of the English breakfast,
I'm so
I like
hungry.
the
I'm
little
ordering food.
they have like the tomatoes there. I like that.
Yeah.
Sometimes there's mushrooms on there. I like that. The sausages look really good. They have like real sausage casing on them, which is good. But like the beans on toast, the English should have just taken a W on having a delicious breakfast, and then they throw this absolute sludge in the mix. So
it might. The more I thought about it, the more it's like one of those things that you grow up with. Because I know the equivalent is probably like a grilled cheese in America. It's like the equivalent level of like everyone knows them. It's a staple, you know. It's the easiest quick meal. It's not.
But do you like grilled cheese? You probably had a grilled cheese.
I remember the day I was told about a grilled cheese. Like I was 17 when I got told that grilled cheese exists.
It's just a grilled cheese sandwich.
I know.
You guys conquered the world. Oh, you know, you can put the cheese on there instead of putting beans on it. You can put cheese on it.
I remember the day I was talking to a friend where I was like, "Oh, I'm going to go make a sandwich." He's like, "Okay, what are you having on the sandwich?" I'm like, "Cheese." He's like, "Are you making a grilled cheese?" I'm like, "No, just a cheese sandwich. Like you butter bread, you put cheese in it, then you eat it. So you grilled cheese, maybe a bit of lettuce. It's a cheese sandwich."
Yeah.
What he's making, and then he goes, "What? Like you put the cheese with the butter on the inside?" He's like, "Well, yeah." No, you put the butter on the outside. And in my brain, that didn't compute. I was like, "But your hands."
Skip the butter. Mayonnaise. You want to use mayonnaise on the outside and the inside.
Forget the butter. What are you, retarded? You
Yeah.
need the butter.
What other backwards advice do you have? Do you put the relish on the outside, Kyle?
Forget the butter and order your drugs in the mail.
You know, everybody makes fun of that one time I got caught. What about the dozens of shipments that made it in right under the radar?
You guys have no idea how many felonies I've committed that I'm admitting to here on the show.
Nobody ever talks about that. All the times I won, like one loss, right? Like we're over here fucking undefeated season after undefeated season. We lose one game, and all of a sudden, what a fool!
Is it not something you'd want to be careful about talking? Like, careful
No,
talking
you want
about?
to let everybody know it's plausible deniability. Who would brag about such a thing? It had to be a fool.
Talking like a man that's been to court.
Your Honor, you think my client is if you truly think my client is foolish enough to do something like this, then can we really try him as a competent adult man?
Brilliant.
I mean, they could genuinely make a point for this show where they'd be like, Your Honor, I present to you another truthful section of the show where Kyle pretends to be a retarded person competing in the NFL. Let's watch. It's like, yeah, that works. That passes muster.
Oh God, yeah. No, I had a plan. If
after the TTE,
I was totally normal before I got tackled. I don't believe him.
Look, anybody out there who wants to actually make a good grilled cheese, it's mayonnaise. It's mayonnaise. That is the ticket. And it's Duke's mayonnaise. Get rid of the butter. Especially, look, if you really hate the taste of mayonnaise, just put it on the outside. You don't have to put it on the inside. I always put it on the inside because I love the tangy zip of Duke's mayonnaise. It's amazing.
But don't you get it all over your hands by putting mayonnaise on the outside of your sandwich?
You grill it. It's it dries up.
Just like butter would.
And it browns. Nothing browns better than the mayonnaise on the outside. So the outside of the sandwich is going to be this golden brown color. If you watch any like professional chef make a grilled cheese, if you find like Gordon Ramsay making one or something, he's going to put mayonnaise on that motherfucker.
Gordon Ramsay makes beans on toast. I don't care.
Well,
clearly he's retarded at cooking.
Yeah, I've seen him do all sorts of things. I promise.
He makes beans on toast badly too. He puts beans in like a pan, so like they get like crisp. Fuck that. It's not. Your
beans aren't even good.
You want them soggy?
I love beans. Okay, and like Southern style barbecue beans are like sweet and spicy with like bits of pork in them. They're delicious.
And there's more brown sugar in those Southern style beans than there are beans.
Yes, true. They're so good. You could smell them from across the household, and you're like, somebody got baked beans in here.
They're nice.
I mean, when I eat beans, I feel like, that blueberry girl from Willy Wonka?
Yeah.
Like, I feel so bloated when I eat beans. So
beans and rice can be good.
Beans and rice are amazing.
What's the Brazilian restaurant that has all you can eat? They come around your table and
I can't pronounce it correctly, but it's Fogo de Chão.
Okay. They have beans and rice there. And I like it so much that I devote some of my precious stomach space in an all-you-can-eat meat restaurant to beans and rice. It's just very good.